The following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening from the Doghouse in Baldwin. It's the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, and a ticket to the 4A state tournament is up for grabs tonight as the Baldwin Bulldogs host the Holton Wildcats in the 4A Sub-State Championship. I'm Bryce Kessler along with Ryan Hilmer. Glad you're joining us for what just has the feel of a huge game here tonight, and it is. It's the 4A Sub-State Championship, but the crowd is out early. The student section is filling up. Has the feeling that this is going to be a special night one way or another here in Baldwin City this evening. So don't go anywhere. Stay right here and enjoy the next couple of hours with us as we bring you this 4A Sub-State Championship between the 17-4 Baldwin Bulldogs and the 13-8 Holton Wildcats. The Bulldogs, the number 3 seed in the East. The Wildcats, the number 6 seed. As we take a look here at the entire state bracket, these are the 8 sub-state title games that are happening tonight, and the 8 winners will move on to Salina next week for the 4A state tournament. So Baldwin, you can see there on the right side of the screen, the East teams over there on the right side, and the West on the west half of the state over on the left side of your screen right there. Overall, in the opening round of sub-state, the top 8 seeds all advanced. There were only 3 upsets in the first round, and one of those was, you could make the argument, not even an upset. It was a number 9 over number 8, Hayton, defeating Parsons on the east side. It was a bad time to be a 5 seed in the 4A state tournament, as both the 5 on the east and the 5 of the west were upset. Clay Center, the 12 seed on the west, and Labette County, the 12 seed in the east, with first round wins. So they are in the sub-state championship games, taking on Pratt and Bishop Miege respectively. But you got your top 8 seeds, the top 4 on both the east and the west, all alive. Baldwin, one of those, of course, as the number 3 in the east. Holton is the number 6. The Wildcats defeated Fort Scott 61-54 in their opening round game of the sub-state tournament. Baldwin with a 69-41 win over Iola. So that's how things stand, and when the night's over, there's only going to be 8 teams, 4 on each side, 8 teams remaining in Class 4A with their season still alive in the hopes of a state tournament championship, which will begin next week in Salina. So here we go. It's Baldwin and Holton coming up in the 4A Sub-State Championship tonight from Baldwin City at the Doghouse. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Plenty more to come as we count you down to tip-off coming up here in Baldwin on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. It is Sub-State Championship 9 here at the Doghouse in Baldwin City as the number 3 seed in the East, the Baldwin Bulldogs, host the number 6 seed in the East, the Holton Wildcats. I'm Bryce Kessler. Ryan Hilmer alongside me as we get set for this 4A Sub-State Championship. It's officially March, which March and basketball, those two things go together so well. Some high school hoops, March basketball with a trip to the state tournament on the line here tonight. Ryan, what better setting could you have for a big hoops game here on a Friday night?
Yeah, you absolutely couldn't. I mean, there's an electricity in the air, a little bit of a buzz. You mentioned it earlier. Everybody kind of knows the situation tonight. You got a chance to go to a state tournament if you win tonight, and you just can't let the big moment get to you. I think for Baldwin, they've been good all year. They know everybody's place in this team. They've played together, and this is what you've worked for all year. All those early morning practices, all the time you put in, all the weekends that you're in grinding in the gym. This is the culmination. It's kind of our job to build it up, but as a player, you kind of have to put that to the side and just think of it. This is just basketball. This is just another basketball game, and we just got to come out and do what we've been doing all year and hope that they shoot the ball the way they did the other night, because if they do that, they'll have a pretty good shot tonight.
Tied their season high with 11 three-pointers made in the victory over Iola. They also had just a season-low 4 turnovers. That's a pretty good recipe when you're going to knock down 11 threes. You're only going to turn it over 4 times. You had 15 offensive rebounds. They had 18 assists on their 22 field goals. They played about as solid of a game start to finish as you could have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's most of the things I talk about all the time up here is limit your turnovers, rebound well, and then also if you shoot the ball well, that's pretty much basketball right there, and you're going to have a pretty good shot every night. Night in and night out if you do that. But tonight it's going to be a tough matchup, a pretty even matchup if you ask me, if Holton coming in here. So they're going to have their hands full tonight. It's not just going to be an easy cakewalk into Salina next week. So going to have their hands full. It should be a good game tonight. Crowd's filling up early, like you said, so electric atmosphere.
Holton 13-8 on the year. They started out this season 8-2. They were rolling. Then they hit a little bit of a skid to end January. They lost 4 of 5 to close out the month of January, but they got back into their winning ways, winning 4 in a row, coming back to start February. They did drop their final 2 games of the regular season to Perry-Lecompton and Sabetha, 2 really good teams, though. Perry-Lecompton, I believe, a 16-win team, and Sabetha's undefeated. So nothing to hang your head about with those 2 losses. One was by a point, the other by a dozen to undefeated Sabetha. But then postseason comes around, and they beat Fort Scott 61-54. They've had some really good wins. They beat 16-4 Perry earlier this year, 56-52. They beat 16-5 Burlington, 65-62 earlier this year. They've also had some puzzling losses during that stretch. And again, we don't follow them all the time. I'm not sure what, there may have been an injury that happened in that stretch. There could have been just, who knows? It might have just been one of those times where you fall into a funk, but they lost to 3-17 Tonganoxie, and they lost to 4-17 Chapman this year as well. So it's been a bit of an up and down season, but it all comes down to this one game. It doesn't really matter what has happened to this point. That only determined where you fell in the seeding pecking order. When it comes down to it now, it's one game, 32 minutes of basketball. Your fate's decided all on that. Winner moves on to the state tournament. The loser has their season come to an end. And speaking of that state tournament, Holton, they're looking to get back there for the first time since 2021, so it hasn't been that long. They've only been to the state tournament 9 times in school history, 4 of those in the last 13 years or so, 4 of them since 2010. And for Baldwin, 16 times this program has headed to the state tournament, the last being in 2016. They went in as an underdog. In fact, they had a sub-500 record going into the state tournament in that year after a couple of upsets in the sub-state tournament. Before that, you have to go back to 2000, the last time the Bulldogs were in the state tournament. So just twice since the calendar turned to 2000. And then you got to go all the way back to 1981, then back to 1974, then back to a couple of trips, in fact, 3 of them in the 1950s. And then, of course, we all remember the dynasty of the 19 teens.
Oh, yeah.
Baldwin High School when they went to the tourney in 1912, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then, of course, it carried on over into those 1920s years. Of course, I joke. No, I mean, they did, but, of course, we don't really fondly remember those. But the point being, it's been a while, and really you got to go back again to 2000 before Baldwin went to the state tournament as a favored type of a team. And, again, not to take away from that 2016 team, they were the Cinderella of sorts. This Baldwin team, anything but a Cinderella, as they have spent most of the year in the top 10 rankings. 17 wins this year, 17-4 now, but can they get one more to punch that ticket to state and see what can happen in Salina? We're going to find out tonight. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank at the Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. More of the pregame show coming up right after this.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. It's Baldwin and Holton coming up in the Sub-State Championship. The winner moves on to Salina for the 4A state tournament next week. The Baldwin Bulldogs 17-4. The Holton Wildcats 13-8, both with opening round wins for Baldwin. It was a 69-41 win over Iola. For Holton, it was a 61-54 victory over Fort Scott. As we look at some of the numbers for these teams, the Bulldogs averaging 61 points a game this year. Holton averaging 54.5. Baldwin allows just under 45. Holton just under 50 per game. Ryan mentioned it was a pretty even matchup, and as we take a look at our scout of the Holton Wildcats, it starts with, for me anyway, with number 2, Tyson Snyder. I would say this is a pretty balanced team. I don't know that I would call any one of these players their superstar. And again, not as a slight to any of them. They're just all capable on any given night of kind of being their star. But to me, it starts with Tyson Snyder. He kind of creates the most for them. And then it's Matthew Lears, number 20. Those two guys, both downhill drivers, both strong finishers. When they get inside, they can both shoot it as well. For Snyder, though, to me, he's the strongest of their drivers, a willing passer, a capable shooter. So to me, those two guards, Snyder and Lears, the two key matchups on the outside for Baldwin to try and stop their dribble penetration tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And they're not an overly big team either. Their starting lineup, they got 3 guys that are 6'2", one guy 6 foot and a 5'10" guy, and then it's a little bit of size off the bench, but they're not overly sized. I would say they're a little bit bigger than Baldwin, but not much, and so that's not going to be much of a factor on the glass. But like you said, they're going to try to get the ball inside, and they're going to try to drive it a lot. Baldwin's got to be ready for that and just force the ball outside. And then on the offensive end, I think you just have to attack early and do kind of the same as you did the other night against Iola. Just attack early and hope those shots are falling. You got to extend the defense out a little bit. They'll try to pack it in, and so you got to take some outside shots, get some long rebounds perhaps, and some second chance opportunities. Should have a fun night, though.
just as a note as well, again, this doesn't help any of you watching the game because we have no bearing on this, but I'm sure it's been something that's been talked about, but something to keep an eye on. They do start 2 lefties in this lineup, which can sometimes be an adjustment defensively, just understanding that guy's a left-hander. Number 1, Kobe Black, and number 10, Parker Crouch, both lefties. So something to keep an eye on as you know, they feed the ball into those guys. They're both going to play primarily out of the post. Black, a 6'3" senior. Crouch, a 6'2" senior. Crouch had 11 points, did a nice job in that game against Fort Scott, and the majority of his points came on distributions from drives by Lears and Snyder. So, again, just something I'm sure the guys are aware of. It's in the scouting report, but 2 lefties, those always can be a little bit different guarding a guy who's dominant with the left hand.
Yeah, 2 lefties, you got to be aware of that. And also, they just move well off the ball. All of them, they have a lot of back cuts, and they'll post some guys up and also dribble drives. And so their just main objective is to get the ball inside. Baldwin has to be aware of that and kind of wall off that paint area. You got to slide over, help each other out, and communicate. And the biggest thing for me tonight is stay out of foul trouble. Guys like Sam Darnell and Caleb Carr, everybody got to stay out of foul trouble and in this game, because this is the most important game you played this year.
Trip to the state tournament's on the line. Baldwin looking for their 18th win of the season. What a year it's been for the Baldwin Bulldogs, who just a few years ago were looking to get a couple of wins. And now they're looking for win number 18 and a ticket to Salina for the 4A state tournament. It's Baldwin and Holton coming up in the 4A sub-state title. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Our Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan when we come back.
State Farm Insurance Agent Codiano is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Codiano State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Codiano, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Time to take a look at tonight's State Farm Insurance game plan. We've touched on a few of these things, but let's start defensively. Game plan for the Bulldogs tonight. Got to stop the dribble penetration. You mentioned the foul trouble, staying out of foul trouble with that as well. I'd like to see the guys step over and take a couple charges in this game. That's one of the best ways to stop that dribble penetration, or at least the aggressiveness of it. Slide over, take a charge, and be willing to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to help each other out and communicate, and you got to slide over and get there in time if you're going to be taking those charges. You don't want to get some silly blocking fouls. But, yeah, on the other end, I think you're going to have to basically extend the defense out a little bit. They're going to pack it in on defense. Holton is. They do kind of the same thing defensively that they want to do offensively. They're going to try to stop dribble penetration. And so Baldwin, hopefully they can shoot the ball like they did against Iola the other night, but they're going to have to make some shots from the outside, at least take some shots from the outside, and then crash the glass, try to get some rebounds, second chance opportunities, and then try not to turn the ball over as well. Those 4 turnovers, that was great to see against Iola. So if you can replicate that, you should have a pretty good shot tonight.
18 assists on 22 made field goals with 4 turnovers. That'll do. We'll see if they can do it again tonight. That's our game plan, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Codiano. Stop by, grab a cup of coffee, meet the team, and let the team meet you as well. That's how they learn how to protect the people and things that you value most, by getting to know you, talking with you, and just becoming friends. It's updating the current policy, looking to switch to something brand new. It doesn't matter. Go see Cody, have a chat, and learn more at codyismyagent.com or stop by at 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City. The opening tip and the starting lineups are coming up next as Baldwin takes on Holton in the 4A Sub-State Championship game. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
So, what is love? Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Welcome back here to Baldwin High School tonight. It is time for the 4A Sub-State Championship between the Baldwin Bulldogs and the Holton Wildcats. Your starting lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look at the starters there, Holton will start Kobe Black, a 6'3 senior, Tyson Snyder, a 6'2 senior, Ashton Schrick, a 5'10 senior, Parker Crouch, a 6'2 senior, and Matthew Lears, a 6' senior. 5 seniors in the starting lineup for Eric Tate, the head coach of the Wildcats, assisted by Joe Purcell and Chris Boswell. The Wildcats out of Holton, Kansas are 13-8 on the season, the number 6 seed in the East. For Baldwin, it's 5'9 junior Joey Zimbecki, 6'3 junior Riker Grossner, 6'1 freshman Cooper Carr, 5'11 senior Caleb Carr, and 6'4 senior Sam Darnell. For Donnie Blanchett, the head coach of the number 3 seed in the East, 17-4. Baldwin Bulldogs assisted by Pete Carr, Drew Tribaum, and Jackson Blakely. Your starting lineups brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look at their upcoming lineup on your screen now, don't miss out on these great opportunities down at the Lumberyard Arts Center. And the Lumberyard Live on High event returns on Friday, March 10th, 1 week from tonight. Live music back at the Lumberyard Arts Center. Learn more at lumberyardartscenter.org, your creative home in Baldwin City. Time for tonight's opening tip, brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. The Shamrock Hunt is getting set to get underway, but there's not just one rock this year. There are 4 rocks that are each worth $300 in cold hard cash. There are some Fool's Gold rocks out there as well. If you find one of those, you're not going to get $300 cash, but oh, don't worry, you'll still be getting a prize. Prizes awarded for those Fool's Gold Rocks as well. So make sure to follow BCRC's social media channels for all the clues. The hunt begins at noon on March 13th, so don't miss out. Learn more at baldwinrec.org. Darnell and Snyder into the center circle to jump and get this 4A Sub-State Championship game underway. Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate here on Baldwin Sports Live. I'm Bryce Kessler along with Ryan Hilmer, and here we go. A jam-packed student section. Holton traveled very well to this game as well, so the crowd expected to be loud and very into this one with a state tournament trip on the line, and the Bulldogs coming up empty on their opening possession. Snyder clears it for the Wildcats, and here's first look at the Holton Wildcat offense. Here's Lears. He and Snyder, the lead guys on this offense, both really good drivers. They can both knock a shot down from the outside as well. As Snyder fires one up there, but comes up empty. And here comes Caleb Carr, the Bulldogs' leading scorer, leads the team in assists as well as he kicks it out. Now it's his younger brother, Cooper Carr, with the ball for the Bulldogs. Grosner got a little high on the dribble that time, and Baldwin turns it over.
I always feel like the first 2 or 3 possessions on each side in these kinds of games where it's a big game, it's just kind of feeling each other out. Got to survive those first 2, 3, 4 possessions and then work your way into this game. At that point, it just becomes another basketball game.
Baldwin in the man-to-man defense here as Grosner can't keep Snyder at bay. Tyson Snyder able to get around him and lay it in. The first basket of the game goes to the Wildcats. Inside to Darnell, his second touchdown of the paint already. Caleb driving inside, trying to create some space, kicks it out to Zimbecki and Joey, who knocked down a couple of threes against Iola in the semifinal. Buries one there, and the Bulldogs go in front by a point.
Excellent ball movement that time, finds its way into the corner.
Snyder looking to answer. It's short. Darnell has the rebound on the tap by Grosner. Carr running into the defender, and it's a blocking foul called on Lears.
It's going to be big key for both sides staying out of foul trouble.
First foul of the game. Baldwin will have a baseline inbound with a 3-2 lead. 6:20 left to go in the opening quarters. We're just underway in this 4A Sub-State Championship. Winner moves on to Salina next week to play for the 4A state title. Carr picked up by Crouch. They got a switch underneath. Lears guarding Darnell. Around it goes to Zimbecki, who knocked down that early 3 for the Bulldogs. Carr wants to get to the baseline. Does, and gets the roll. Back-to-back buckets to answer for Baldwin after the opening salvo was fired by Holton. Tyson Snyder had that bucket. He's had several looks already, a couple from the outside. Now going to try to penetrate again. What he does best, follows his own miss, back up with it, and he's fouled by Grosner. Snyder to the free throw line with 5:39 left of the opening quarter. First foul on the Bulldogs. Both teams picked one up here in the opening couple of minutes. Snyder, 18 points in the victory over Fort Scott in the semifinals. Dished out 3 assists in that win as well. He was second on the team to Matthew Lears, who had 22. Short with the first free throw attempt. And he missed them both. Cooper Carr the rebound for Baldwin. Bulldogs look to add to a 5-0 run right now. Zimbecki gives it back to Carr in the corner, and another 3 goes down for the Bulldogs.
It's good to see Caleb's cooking early. Got that layup to go, and now he's extending it out, hitting a 3. It's great ball movement these first 3-4 possessions for Baldwin.
And talk about coming up big in the biggest moments of the season, Ryan. Caleb Carr, last 5, averaging 20 points per night and shooting 56% from the field. He has been on a tear here, the senior leader for the Bulldogs down the stretch. Here's Kobe Black, the lefty, fires up a 3 and a big answer. Black just 4 points in the semifinal, primarily does his work inside, but steps out to knock down a big tray there for Holton. Cuts that 6-point deficit in half. Baldwin a good start on this year. They knocked down a season-high tying 11 threes in the semifinal win over Iola. They've already hit a pair in this one. Cooper inside. Grossner with the left hand, missed it, and Snyder clears for Holton. A chance to run for the Wildcats. Snyder attacking, got it up off the glass, but it doesn't go. Caleb Carr had the rebound. It's knocked out of his hands by Black, and Baldwin will get the basketball with 4:16 left in our opening quarter and an 8-5 lead for the Bulldogs. Baldwin 17-4 this year, one of the best seasons in school history for this Bulldog program. Win or lose, it does not take away from what's been a great year, but you know the Bulldogs want to keep this ride going. Inside to Darnell with the left hand, counted for Sam, and a foul as Darnell goes to the line to try to cap off a three-point play for the Bulldogs. Parker Crouch called for the foul for Holton.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about how Baldwin needs to shoot the ball well from the outside, and Sam's going to be another big factor in there tonight. If he can do just that, be a big inside presence. Got a chance for another one.
Well, they've made a concerted effort early on to get him the ball. That's 3 times already that they've fed the ball into the post to Sam. First time that they've been rewarded with points out of it, and Darnell makes it a 3-point play to push the Bulldog lead back up to 6. Deflected by Cooper. Black gets it back for Holton. Hit that big 3 a moment ago. Now Snyder again on the drive. Dishes to Crouch, and it's blocked by Zembecki, but a foul is called. Well, that's how Crouch scored the majority of his 11 points in the semifinal win over Fort Scott, was with Snyder creating off the bounce and setting him up. Zembecki called for a foul. It's his first and the team's second.
Yeah, that right there, that's a good example of the main kind of offense that Holton's going to throw at you, is that dribble penetration, try to dump it off to somebody. Unfortunate foul call there. I thought it was pretty good defense.
Crouch short with his free throw, and the Wildcats now 0 for 3 to start this game at the free throw line. Out goes Zembecki into the game for Baldwin. 6-foot junior Talon Torres. Nice game in the semifinal from Talon. He got 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. This one does creep in there for Crouch. 5-point game. Just over halfway done here in this first quarter. 4A Sub-State Championship. Grossner in the corner. Out top it comes to Carr.
You can see Holton, they've switched to a zone defense now. They backed out of that man-to-man that they started the game in. So see how that affects Baldwin offensively. They tend to play pretty well against zone defenses.
Iola opened in his own, and Baldwin quickly made him regret it with the 3-point shooting. This is a carry called on Caleb Carr.
I think he kind of trapped it up against his hip just a little bit. It was subtle, but.
Second turnover for Baldwin with 3:12 left to go in this first quarter. An 11-6 Baldwin lead. The Bulldogs trail 2-0 on an early Tyson Snyder bucket for Holton, but an 8-0 run to answer by Baldwin put the Bulldogs on top, and that's where they remain. Snyder once again trying to attack off the bounce. Leans into one off the heel. Darnell the strong rebound in the middle of the paint for Baldwin. Quickly up to Cooper. Carr, drive, no-look feed out to Torres from the left wing. Bingo! A third three-pointer hit by 3 different guys in the first quarter for Baldwin.
It's one of the best times to shoot a 3 is kind of inside out, whether it's from penetration or offensive rebound. Getting it inside out is the rhythm 3. That's great offense.
Snyder working against Grossner. Dumped off to Black, and there's again the setup by Tyson Snyder. And if he's not scoring, I mean, he seems to be assisting the scores more times than not. Darnell backing in on Black. Got him in the air, couldn't finish, but he got it back. Deflected out by Lears. Zembecki returns for Baldwin.
See if they use that quick little baseline inbounds play where Darnell taps it back to the inbounder. Gotten pretty good at that this year, but Holton probably knows about it by now.
Darnell working hard down there in the paint. It's Grosser going to try and get onto that three-point line. Misses it, but another offensive board by Darnell. His second of this possession now. His fourth rebound already in this first quarter. Caleb Carr drives in, and he is hacked. Are they going to call it? Yeah, I was going to wonder if they're going to give him a shot here or call it a pass, and they will say it was on the floor, that Carr did not go up for the shot.
Yeah, right now Darnell's doing a really nice job getting his work done early. He's getting really nice position. Whether he gets the ball or not, he's in great position to get a rebound.
Third team foul, second on Black, and there's a second three from Joey Zimbecki. We wondered if the Bulldogs would still be shooting it as well as they did on Tuesday in the win against Iola, and the answer, at least through the first 6.5 minutes, Ryan, is definitely.
It's good to see. Just keep it going.
9-point Baldwin lead. Snyder pulls up for a deep two. Darnell, another good rebound. He has 5 of them already in this first quarter.
It's one and done each time down for Holton.
Extra pass. Torres open in the corner, lets it fly and spins it in. 20-8 Baldwin as Torres knocks down his second three off of the bench here in this first quarter. The Dogs red hot to start this sub-state title game. 5 times they've hit from downtown, and it's a 12-point Bulldog lead with 1:05 left in the quarter. Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. Chad and Penny Sheldon, natives of Goodland, Kansas, now your Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years. Experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. They built several successful businesses, manage their own farm and hunting lodge, and they want to use their expertise to help you in finding your dream property and family legacy. Call them today at 785-821-2666 or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. What a start from the outside for the Bulldogs as Holton has to take the timeout to try and kill this early momentum that the Bulldogs have generated.
Yeah, I think if you went to bed last night and kind of envisioned a perfect start, this is pretty much that start. 28 lead early. You've been knocking down your threes, and it's fun.
5 threes, 2 from Torres, 2 from Zimbecki, and 1 from Caleb Carr. Black looking for his second three off right iron. Offensive rebound by Bodie Dillon, who is into the game for the first time. He is not able to put it back, though, and Darnell with his 6th rebound of the opening quarter. Bulldogs doing everything well right now, shooting it well, rebounding it well, and they are out to a 12-point lead as Caleb Carr shook off that screen, said, let's hold it for the final shot here, and what's been a tremendous start to this game for Baldwin. Carr asks for help, comes and hands it to his younger brother, Cooper Carr, who has also been picking it up here late in this season. Double figures in 8 of his last 12. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Cooper Carr. Lost the handle, got it back, throws it up top to Caleb. 2 seconds. Caleb puts up another 3 and bakes it off the glass and almost in. 20-8 Baldwin after 1. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors in the 4A Sub-State Championship on Baldwin Sports Live.
Bank. Wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
(20-8) Baldwin on top of Holton as we head to the second quarter here in the 4A Sub-State Championship. The number 6 seed Holton, the number 3 seed Baldwin. Bulldogs knocking down 5 first quarter three-pointers, out to a 12-point lead. Holton with the basketball to start this second period. Tyson Snyder has it on the wing. Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors here on Baldwin Sports Live. Glad you're with us for this sub-state title. This is Lears, gives it up to Black, around to Crouch. Snyder trying to go back door, nothing there, deflected away and stolen. Caleb flips it over his head up to Cooper Carr, has Zembecki on the wing, spotted him a little late, and they might be better off just resetting things here. Well, Cooper says, I'll just go ahead and fire three. Darnell an offensive rebound, 7 boards now for Darnell.
Darnell's well on his way to a career night on the boards. Just dominating there early.
4 shy of his season high already, and we're a possession into the second quarter. Doing yeoman's work down inside, and now let's see if the Bulldogs can add to their 12-point lead. Cooper Carr trying to get it back to Caleb Carr. He has it now. Cooper again in the corner. Nice little shot fake. Gets inside. Kicks to Zembecki. Is he still hot? No, but an offensive board by Darnell. Backdoor feed. Zembecki misses the lay-in, and Crouch rebounds it.
What a play from Darnell, though. Grabbing the rebound. A nice little bounce pass. Zembecki just couldn't convert the layup. It's great offense overall, though.
12-point Baldwin lead. They've got Lears, it looked like, in trouble again, and he bounces it out of bounds. Turnover, Holton. Baldwin takes over as they force now 2 Holton turnovers in this opening 90 seconds of the second quarter. The Wildcats did not turn it over at all in the first quarter. They'll go back to the bench. Ashton Schrick returns, and in for the first time, 6'5" senior Sam Miller, and perhaps that's a response to the rebounding we've seen out of Sam Darnell. Ryan, bring some size in there to try and take that away.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to do something right now because almost every loose ball and rebound's coming down to Sam Darnell.
Trying to go back into Darnell that time. Couldn't handle it. Had it knocked free, and it's stolen back by Holton. Wildcats led 2-0 before an 8-0 run by Baldwin, and it's been all Bulldogs since. Ball's knocked free once again by Caleb Carr, who's just so adept at forcing steals. And now a travel is called on Torres after he had, on Cooper Carr after he had picked up the ball on the floor.
Either way, that's good hustle, though. Great hands defensively. They're getting a lot of deflections, and always the first one on the floor.
Caleb Carr rips it free from Crouch and lays it in. Baldwin goes up 22-8 as Carr once again is Johnny on the spot for another big-time theft. Lears has it poked free by Cooper Carr. Race to the ball, and Cooper is going to get called for a foul as they say he tripped Lears. That's a tough break. No doubt Lears got tripped up, but looked to be kind of incidental contact, if anything, but a tough break for Cooper Carr, who picks up his first foul, and the team's third team foul.
Yeah, you don't hate that. Only a third team foul, like you said. First foul for Cooper, just playing hard. Nothing you can really do there.
He'll check out. Talon Torres comes back in. Torres already 6 points off of the bench on a pair of first quarter threes. Holton's gone now over 4 minutes without scoring. An 8-0 run by Baldwin, their second 8-0 run in this game. Snyder gets inside and gets that one to drop in high off the glass. Carr to Grossner. Has Torres in the corner. Darnell calling for it inside. They don't go into him. Caleb turns the corner. Count it. And one opportunity as Ashton Schrick was a little bit late coming over to try to draw the charge. He picks up his first and the team's fourth foul, and a three-point chance for Caleb Carr.
Yeah, Caleb, he's just so quick coming around that corner. Doesn't allow the secondary defender to slide over in time. He's gotten so good at finishing with contact, too. Chance one more.
7 points to start this game for Caleb. The team's leading scorer averages 17.5 points per game. He's their top free throw shooter this season at 69% as well, and he completes the three-point play to make this a 15-point game with 5:17 to go in the half. Cooper Carr back in for Riker Grossner. Carr had 20 points, 5 boards, 5 assists in the win against Iola. He's averaging 20 a game over his last 5. Lears open on the wing, missed a three. Torres the rebound. They hit the 1-3 from Kobe Black earlier, but Baldwin out shooting Holton 5-1 from beyond the three-point line right now.
I think you'll live with them taking threes.
Darnell working inside. Another offensive rebound as he was just bullying Parker Crouch down onto the block. Darnell right now just has a ton of confidence. He feels he just has that look, Ryan, like he doesn't believe anybody can stop him right now.
I think bullying is the perfect term right there. He's just bigger, stronger than everybody, and he's hustling to everything.
It's the second foul on Crouch, 15 foul. Darnell is at the free throw line where he is 53% for the year, but he's now 2 for 2 to start this game. He's a rebound shy of hitting 10 boards here in this first half, and we still have 4:44 to go until halftime. Playing like a man possessed inside tonight. He knocks down both free throws. And when I talk about the confidence, that kind of shows itself in the free throw shooting as well. Again, only a 53% shooter, but he's taking confident strokes at the free throw line right now as well. 3 for 3 there. He's got 5 points and 9 rebounds in this first half.
Yeah, last couple games, Caleb's kind of set the tone from the line, and everybody's kind of followed suit, improving their free throw percentage as a team by leaps and bounds here recently, and this is when you really need to be knocking them down late in the season.
Cooper picks up a cheap foul there. That's his second. Darnell, meanwhile, he did go to the bench to get a breather, and now he's going to come right back in. So a breather, maybe 2 breaths is all he got when he was on the bench, and he's back in the lineup now.
I just love watching Darnell's motor. Doesn't matter. It's the first quarter, fourth quarter. He never slows down.
Snyder knocking down that shot. It's a 3 out of the corner. 7 points in this first half for Tyson Snyder.
Oh, no. Oof.
Blocking foul. So early on, the 50-50 calls going the way of the offensive player on both ends of the floor. That's a blocking foul on Lears, his second. In fact, both of his fouls now have been pretty much mirror images of each other on blocks against Caleb Carr.
Yeah, Carr might have got a little fortunate that time. Either way, we'll take it.
Lob into Darnell, a little bit too strong on that lob. Baldwin is fortunate here as Black and Schrick ran into each other for the Wildcats, and Baldwin narrowly avoids turning it over there. Right idea there from Grossner. He had the whole backside of the floor open, and Darnell was posting up there, but just put a little too much on that pass. Baldwin on top by 14. They've led by as many as 17 in this game. Trail briefly at 2-0, and that's it. Again inside to Darnell. Able to work his way around, then misses the shot, though. Sam Miller, the rebound for Holton. Lears able to drive inside. First bucket of the game for Matthew Lears, who led this team with 22 points in the semifinal win over Fort Scott.
Yeah, and that time Darnell kind of got walled off. He wasn't able to come over and help out.
Zimbecki kicks out to Grossner. He fires away and knocks it down.
That was a deep 3 from Grossner.
The 4th different guy to knock one down in this first half for the Bulldogs. Miller loses it trying to get it back out. Zimbecki doesn't have the numbers. Let's see if he attacks. He does. Had it knocked away. Actually, they're going to say he didn't. He just lost it himself, so a double dribble.
That's great defensive play by Joey there. I think if he could have that one back, maybe just bring it back out and wait for some reinforcements.
The momentum right now clearly on the side of the Bulldogs, and Joey trying to feed right into that, went on the attack, but Baldwin down on this end's been so good early on in this game. They have really made life tough for Holton.
Yeah, they're doing a great job fighting through the screens. They're not allowing them to get any separation off of these either off-ball or on-ball screens. And there they got an open shot, though.
Black misses the 3. Miller with the rebound, but he's unable to put it back. And like you mentioned earlier, Ryan, I think Baldwin is okay with that being the shot that Holton ends up with. If they can force him to shoot threes and not penetrate and get layups, I think they're going to like the results tonight. Timeout taken by Baldwin with 2:41 left to play in the opening half. It is 30-15. The Bulldogs off to a great start here tonight on their home floor in the 4A Sub-State Championship game. Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by the Bullpen in downtown Baldwin City. Open 11 a.m. through 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. Perfect place to go before, during, or after the ball games. Follow them on Facebook at the Bullpen Baldwin City for all the latest happenings. And they are looking for some help right now. So if you're looking for a job with family-owned company right here, locally owned, right here in Baldwin City, then why not the Bullpen? Proud supporters of the Bulldog Athletics here on Baldwin Sports Live. 2:41 left to play in this first half. As well as this first half has gone for Baldwin, Ryan, it still becomes an important 2:41 here to determine, okay, are we going to continue to build and have the momentum, or are we going to let Holton feel like they're getting back into this game over this final 2:41?
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is let this lead that you've built early just start to disappear, and also let Holton think they can hang around any longer. You want to just try to step on them right now.
Bulldogs have been using the three-point line to do that tonight. 6 made threes already in this first half. They made a season-high tying 11 in the sub-state semifinal against Iola.
I like that they're not just jacking up threes either. They're getting threes off of good offense and in rhythm. Unfortunately,
this time, yeah, the call this time goes against Carr. He picks up a charge. It's his first. 6th turnover for Baldwin with 2:14 left in this half. But you're right, the threes are not forced at all. I mean, they're open threes off drive and kick. Exact type of shots you want, and especially when the confidence right now is sky high for the Bulldog offense. Got to keep getting stops on this end, though. Black to Miller, back around to Snyder. He tries to drive and then throws it out of bounds. Black can't save it. And it's turnover number 6 now for Holton as well. All 6 of their turnovers have come in this second quarter. Carr at the controls here for Baldwin. Caleb gets to Darnell at the high post. Sam getting downhill and gets the finger roll to go. Seven points, 9 rebounds in the first half for Darnell. And now he just picked up a foul. A little late coming over that time. He knew it. Taps himself saying, my bad. It's a bucket for Ashton Schrick. And a chance to turn this into a 3-point play. The foul on Darnell, just his first.
It was a nice little hesitation drive there from Schrick. Just didn't allow Darnell enough time to come over and help out.
Another miss at the line. And they're going to give this ball to Holton. So the Wildcats will have another opportunity here, but 1 out of 5 now at the free throw line is Holton. Carr with a deflection, right back out it goes. Big crowd on hand here in Baldwin tonight. Both sides. Holton traveled really well. They have filled up their section here tonight as well. And student section loud and proud over there for Baldwin tonight also. Gross to the rebound on the miss. Baldwin with it. A minute to go in the half, up by 15. A ticket to Salina in the 4A state tournament on the line tonight. Caleb probing the defense. Up and under move, and it may have been partially blocked by Snyder, who comes up with it. Snyder, out of control drive, missed it, and Carr will walk it back up the floor for Baldwin. They'll hold the final shot here with 30 seconds left in the half. Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up. Baldwin's going to go into the break with a lead, no doubt, but it'll be 15 or more. Here goes Caleb now with 12 seconds. Inside, nice pass to Darnell, and Sam Darnell continues a brilliant first half. Holton had a chance to get one up at the buzzer, and we'll head to the locker room with Baldwin on top, 34-17 over Holton here in the 4A Sub-State Championship. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is coming up next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Welcome to the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show in Baldwin tonight. 34-17, the Baldwin Bulldogs on top of the Holton Wildcats here at the half. Halftime show brought to you by Farm Bureau and Kelly Neufeld, there to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting. See how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. And they played almost as well as you could have on Tuesday night in the semifinals. Baldwin did, Ryan, on a 69-41 victory, and they've continued that right on into this one. After one half, they couldn't ask for a better spot right now, up 34-17, shooting the ball well, defending well, rebounding well. Another solid half of basketball there for the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're kind of replicating that performance they put on Tuesday night. It was a all-around great first half. They did it on both ends of the floor, like you said. They're dominating all the little things that I talked about, not turning it over too much, getting a lot of the rebounds. And Sam Darnell, what can you say about him? A heck of a first half. He was getting every single rebound. He was a dominant presence down there, and so he's really opened up things for Baldwin. And I think Holton's kind of played into Baldwin's hands by going into that 2-3 zone. We've seen Baldwin kind of tear apart some zones so far this year, and so that was an interesting move for me, but Baldwin will take it. They're doing a great job moving the ball, probing it into the middle, and then getting some nice rhythm threes off some good dribble penetration. So really good offense on that end. And then defensively, they're doing a great job rotating over and playing good physical defense without fouling. So not much else you can say about that first half. It's a really good performance. Just got to replicate that for one more half, and you're punching your ticket to Salina.
You're not even exaggerating when you say Darnell pretty much had every rebound. Darnell actually out-rebounded Holton in that first half. Darnell with 9, Holton with 8.
I mean, that's crazy. That's
Baldwin has him doubled up overall in the rebounds, but Darnell himself with one more rebound in the first half than Holton had as a team in that opening half of basketball.
I mean, that's just saying every single rebound is mine, and that's when you put together a guy with good size, with the kind of motor that Sam Darnell has, that's what you're going to get as a great rebounder, and he's showing it tonight.
9 points, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double in the first half for Darnell. He doesn't have a double-double this season. He almost had one in the first half of the biggest game of the year in the Sub-State Championship.
Got a chance tonight, Bryce.
He's got a chance. 34-17, that's our score here at the break. It's the Baldwin Bulldogs on top by 17. They have matched their largest lead of this game here at the break. 34-17, more of the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up right after this word from Farm Bureau.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Let's check the numbers here at the half, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services, where they'll help you confidently tackle tax season. They'll help make sense of all those messy tax situations and meet your critical business needs with minimal investment. Learn more at newfrontiertbs.com. 34-17, Baldwin on top here at the break. Tyson Snyder, 7 points to lead the Wildcats. Kobe Black added 5, 2 apiece from Matthew Lears and Ashton Schrick, and Parker Crouch with 1. So Lears, after 22 points to lead the team against Fort Scott, just 2 in the first half of this one. Snyder again leading them with 7. He also has a team high 4 rebounds, as he has been the best player out there so far for Holton, but his squad down 17. The Wildcats knocked down 2 threes in that first half, went just 1 of 5 at the free throw line, turning it over 6 times. For Baldwin, 9 points from Sam Darnell. He's their leading scorer, and he has 9 rebounds to lead the Bulldogs and all players in this game as well. Caleb Carr, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and a team-high 3 assists. Joey Zembecki and Talon Torres each knocked down a pair of threes. They've got 6 apiece at the break. Zembecki added a couple of assists as well. Riker Grossner with 3 points and a couple of assists in that first half also, as the Bulldogs knocked down a total of 6 3-pointers in the first half, went 4 of 4 at the free throw line. They too had 6 turnovers, but the Bulldogs also right now +8, 16-8. They have out-rebounded Holton in that first half with 9 of their 16 boards coming from number 25, Sam Darnell. Those are your first half numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. You're watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, as the Bulldogs will look to keep it rolling for one more half of basketball and punch that ticket to the state tournament next week in Salina. Dogs are up 34-17, looking for their first state tournament bid since 2016, just their second state tournament bid since they last went in 2000. They went 16 years from 2000 to 2016, and hasn't been 16 years, but this Bulldog team has a whole different feel about it than that 2016 bunch, who came in certainly as an underdog and pulled off the big upset of Osawatomie to make the state tournament as a sub-500 team. This Bulldog team has their eyes set on making some noise at the state tournament. They're halfway home to getting there. Up 34-17. Baldwin on top of Holton. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, brought to you by your local agent Kelly Neufeld. Give him a call at 785-594-1055. He and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs. They love to be there to support you and your financial future as well. Farm Bureau, it's your future. Let's protect it. Second half coming up next.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
34-17. It's Baldwin on top of Holton as we head to the second half here tonight in Baldwin at the Doghouse. I'm Bryce Kessler alongside Ryan Hilmer. And the Bulldogs halfway home as we take a look at our State Farm Insurance game plan again. Stopping the dribble penetration. They've done that for the most part. That's what the best Holton offense has come, is from that dribble penetration. But they've made sure that it hasn't been a regular thing for them. And then I'd say they've softened up the help with threes. 6 of them in that first half. So the Bulldogs successful through one half on our State Farm Insurance game plan, brought to you by your State Farm agent, Cody Anno. There to help protect the people and things you value most. Learn more at codyismyagent.com or visit downtown at 208 Baker Street. So here we go. Second half, Baldwin 34, Holton 17. Don't forget to stay up to date with the latest news and community events, community stories, feature stories, and more with the Baldwin City Community News as well. You can subscribe downtown at the Nook. Stop by at 703 8th Street. It's just $5 a month. Can't beat that deal to be up to date with your weekly local newspaper, the Baldwin City Community News. Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors as we get this second half underway. And why not go right back into the guy that's helped lead the way for you tonight, Sam Darnell. On the finish, 11 points to lead all scores, and he's got 9 rebounds to go along with it.
Perfect play. I love it. Coming right out of the half, a little high-low action, getting the ball into Darnell and get him that double-digit points.
19-point lead, the largest of the game for Baldwin. Snyder's layup misses. Crouch the rebound, and then he was losing his footing, and he's called for a travel. Tough break for Crouch as he was trying to step over top of Caleb Carr, who was laying on the floor.
I think he might have kicked Caleb right in the face, too. That's unfortunate for everyone.
Yeah, no winner in that situation. Baldwin does get the ball back, though, up by 19. Darnell gets it to Zimbecki. Joey on a drive and kick. And the other thing, and you mentioned it, Ryan, at one point there in that first half, but Baldwin came out so red hot from the three-point line. It would have been easy to just fall into a let's just continue to chuck threes, but they haven't. They've continued to run their offense and get good looks, whether that be a three or whether that be going inside. They're getting great offense right now. Continuing to build this lead, which right now sits at 19. Grossner fires up a three, and another one drops. The Bulldogs did not cool off at the half.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's exactly what you're just talking about, the epitome of it right there. Move the ball around, ball went side to side probably 3 or 4 times. Everybody got a touch, and then you get a wide open three. So that's the epitome of Baldwin basketball. That's what we've come to expect.
Snyder trying to go into Black, and Darnell playing through the back of Black that time, picks up his second foul. So just 2, nothing to be alarmed about yet, but you'd like for Sam to stay clean for the next 5 minutes or so, and definitely want him on the floor. He's been so pivotal for the Bulldogs in this game. Now a push, I believe, on Cooper Carr, trying to fight through a screen. Now he picks up his third. Coop's going to stay out there with 6:13 left in this third quarter. Baldwin has good guard depth, so Donnie Blanchard able to roll the dice a little bit more with foul trouble sometimes in those guard spots. Now Cooper throws that one out of bounds. After they force the turnover, they give it right back. 22-point Baldwin lead, 6:09 to go third quarter. Holton's only lead of the game was 2-0. Baldwin answered with an 8-0 run, and they have not looked back. Lears, nice no-look feed to Parker Crouch. Holton has not been able to string together baskets because they haven't been able to get enough stops on this end. For the game, they've only made back-to-back buckets in one occasion. Baldwin's had a pair of 8-0 runs, a 7-0 run as well. And no, check that they've had, a pair of 8-0 runs, a 7-0 run, and a 6-0 run. Zimbecki from the corner. Another rebound, and Darnell has that double-double. First of the year, and now he's just padding it. Another offensive rebound. Up with it again. Darnell with another one. And Sam Darnell just dominating on the glass as he picks up a couple of offensive rebounds. Didn't get the basket to go, but the Bulldogs keep it as the foul is on Kobe Black, his second.
And to insult him more, they called that foul on the floor, so doesn't even get to shoot free throws. He's getting mugged in there.
11 points, 12 rebounds tonight for Darnell. We're just underway in the second half. The 12 boards is already a season high. He's one shy of his career high of 13. Darnell back it in. And a travel. Right idea there from Darnell, trying to draw the attention and spot a shooter in the corner, but ends up in the Bulldogs' 8th turnover tonight. Baldwin leading by 20.
Can't afford to get complacent right now and let Holton start crawling back into this game and give him any sort of lifeline at all. They had a nice offensive possession this last time down.
Lears cannot get the reverse, and there is rebound number 13 for Sam Darnell. Grossner, rhythm from the wing, off the front iron, almost got the second bounce to go. Lears, long outlet, and Darnell picks up a third foul. Well, that one maybe you're better off if you're Darnell just conceding the 2 as opposed to picking up a third foul. Snyder's going to go to the line. He will make him earn them, but it is number 3 on Darnell.
He got his money's worth with his third.
Yeah. Snyder 0 for 2 at the free throw line.
They're going to keep Sam in there, so he's got to play really smart.
Yeah, Sam has to know that plays like he just had, those are a no-no at this point now. The 2 points with a 20-point lead will hurt you less than the 4th foul at this point. Cooper Carr rebounds the second miss there by Snyder, who gets 1 of 2 to make it a 19-point game. Caleb pulls up from just inside of the foul line. Thought he got hit on the arm, but doesn't get the call. Snyder the rebound. He has it knocked free. Still loose. Black able to gather it. He lays it up and in. So 5 straight for Holton. Doesn't seem like a bunch, but it's their biggest run, if you will, of the game so far. Darnell wants the ball down on the block. That matchup with Crouch tonight has favored Darnell. Cooper kicks it to Caleb Carr in the corner. Caleb now on the drive, back to Cooper. Stripped and fouled. 2 shots coming up for Cooper Carr.
That's a great job by both the Cars, though, just not falling into that trap like you mentioned earlier. Just keep jacking up threes. They've been hitting their threes, but you want to continue to get the ball inside and get to the free throw line just like this.
They've been hitting their free throws as well. Now 5 out of 5 at the free throw line. First point of the game for Cooper Carr. He's been their second leading scorer over the back half of the season. In fact, for the year, he is the second leading scorer now for Baldwin at 9.5 points per game. And his first 2 of this one come at the free throw line to make it 41-22. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
3:32 left to go in the third. Baldwin on top by 19. Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin that services many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools, a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits, it's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com or online at riceprecision.com. 3:32 left in this third, and Baldwin led by 17 at the half. They're currently on top by 19 as they look to keep Holton at an arm's length away and not allow the life to come back into this one for the Wildcats, who have been playing chase the entire night after the Bulldogs came out and knocked down 5 threes in the opening quarter. Snyder leads him with 8. He gives it up to Lears, who has had a quiet night, just 2 points from Matthew Lears. He'll try to add to that with a 3, and does. So there's Matt Lears from downtown for the first time tonight. Knocked away. Lears with a bucket, now a steal. And another lay-in. A quick 5-point spurt from Matthew Lears with 2:50 to go. It's a 14-point game, 41-27.
See Holton switch back to that man-to-man defense. I think they realized the 2-3 zone wasn't going to cut it. And they're pressuring Baldwin a little bit more right now.
And Darnell maybe more room to work in this man-to-man. He has been so big in this game for the Bulldogs. See if they can maybe get him a touch here on this possession. There they go. Missed it. Battling for the board, has it. His career high 14th rebound. Kick out to Torres. His 3 misses, and Black will clear it for Holton.
Can't let the offensive struggles carry over to the defense here.
Snyder follows up the miss, puts it back. His 10th point of the night, and a 7-0 run by Holton has given some life back to their crowd, who's on their feet trying to cheer their Wildcats back into this one, down by 12. Blocking foul on Lears, his 3rd.
Holton right now is taking all the momentum in this game, so Baldwin, they got to find a way to go to their bread and butter, let Caleb maybe get a pick and roll or two with Sam Darnell here and start opening things up. But like I said, they can't let their offensive struggles right now carry over to defense. Right now, that the intensity on the defensive end just isn't the same as it was in that first half, and they're letting Holton kind of crawl back into this thing.
Bulldogs have gone almost 5 minutes, Ryan, without a field goal. They have the 2 free throws in there from Cooper Carr, but their last field goal was at the 6:30 mark on that 3 from Riker Grossner. At that point, they went up by 22, but they've been outscored 12-2 since.
Holton's doing a much better job defensively as well. They're moving their feet more. They've picked up the intensity on this end of the floor, and so Baldwin has to match that.
Yeah, they've got that now or never look about them on the defensive end, knowing that, hey, this is the season on the line now. So the scoring drought has officially hit 5 minutes, or the field goal drought, I should say, has now hit 5 minutes for Baldwin.
I like taking Caleb out at this point, too. Get him a nice little break, breather before the 4th quarter.
Grossner able to end the field goal drought and a chance to turn it into a 3-point play as he just kind of glided his way across the paint there. Nothing fancy about the drive, but a nice left hand finish with some contact. Good job there by Grossner.
That's nice. Somebody needed to take it amongst themselves and make a play, and Riker, that's one of his biggest plays of the year right there.
Grossner not known as much of a driver. He's more of the spot-up shooter. But he comes up with a big play, and now Caleb Carr just picked up his 2nd foul on that loose ball. First free throw miss of the game for the Bulldogs, but the field goal on the layup by Grossner was a big one. They needed that. Now it's a 14-point game here with a minute 18 to go. But the Wildcats of Holton starting to build some momentum here to close out this 3rd quarter. 12-4 run right now by the Holton Wildcats. Lears has been a big hand in that. Maybe forced that 3, though. Grossner the rebound. Carr's back out there at the controls for this Baldwin offense, which is hoping to close out this 3rd quarter with at least a 14-point lead. Taking the air out of it here in this final minute. Back into the hands now of their point guard, Caleb Carr. 8 points, 4 assists tonight from Caleb. Keeping an eye on that clock and his defender, who's playing with 3. Lears, all 3 of his fouls have been away for the basket, blocking fouls on the dribbler, Caleb Carr. He's going to get another dose of it here. 10 seconds left in the 3rd. Here goes Caleb, and there is an out-of-bounds call, as that was close to being a 4th on Lears. Baldwin maintains possession. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Cooper Carr back in for Baldwin.
Don't want to wait too late to attack you. You want to give yourself a chance for an offensive rebound and a putback, perhaps, especially how good Darnell's been down there tonight.
If you're Darnell, though, you got to be careful not to pick up a 4th foul, going for a late rebound here. Zembecki, 3 seconds. Somebody's got to get it up. Carr's got to shoot, and he's fouled. Lears picks up his 4th foul as the clock expires in the 3rd quarter. A big break for Baldwin, as they did not have what they wanted out of that. They did not get a good look at all in that final possession, but they're bailed out on the 4th foul by Matthew Lears. That'll put Caleb at the line for 2 shots here to close out the quarter. The clock has been allowed to expire, so they're not going to put any more time up there. It'll be 2 free throws from Caleb and the end of the quarter. One more free throw would put Carr into double figures for the 21st time in 22 games this year. And he's got it. 45-29. Baldwin leads as we go to the fourth here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors in the 4A Sub-State Championship.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
45-29 Baldwin on top of Holton as we start the fourth quarter here in the 4A Sub-State Championship, presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live. Holton had trimmed the Baldwin lead down to 12 with a little less than 2 minutes left to go in that third quarter, but 4 points to close out that third quarter. Only 4 points, Ryan, but those 4 seem pretty big right now after they had trimmed it to 12.
Yeah, absolutely. They were kind of reeling there to start the second half, and Holton was crawling back into the game, but it's a nice job by Baldwin to finish out that third quarter. They got to come out in this fourth and kind of put their foot down. Don't let Holton have any lifeline.
They get the early bucket, does Holton on that Schrick layup, who got wide open underneath. Lear's finding him, and back in. The Bulldogs go to Darnell. Misses that one. Snyder the rebound. Darnell's had a huge night, but unable to get that one to go from close range. Holton looking for the answer. Black. Up top to Lears. He had Snyder out of the wing, and if he had to do over again, he might have fired it out there for a three-point try by Snyder. Instead, Snyder able to drive, and he's going to have a chance at those 3 points anyway as he gets the lay-in. A dozen points now from Snyder, and a three-point opportunity as he was fouled by Sam Darnell, who picks up his fourth. Bodie Dillon back in for Holton. Wildcats have struggled at the free throw line tonight. They are just 2 out of 7. Snyder 1 for 4.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a big decision for Coach Blanchard. He is going to take Darnell out. It's a long time to play with 4 fouls. 6:58 to go.
Leo Schoenberger, a freshman, checks in for the first time tonight. 6'3" freshman, had 2 points, 3 assists in the semifinal win over Iola. And he'll take over the Darnell role, which will be big shoes to fill. 14 rebounds and 11 points in this game from Darnell, but 4 fouls now, so he's on the bench. Caleb Carr going to work here for the Bulldogs. Gets into the paint, bounce to Schoenberger. And Leo got to be strong with it, able to maintain possession. 11-point game. This is the closest this game has been since the score was 17-8 back in the first quarter.
You got to give the pressure defense from Holton a lot of credit. They've
no question
ramped up the intensity defensively, and they haven't allowed Baldwin to get kind of those easy shots that we saw him get in the first half.
Carr doesn't like it, gives it back to Cooper Carr. He does like it. First field goal of the game for Coop. It's a 13-point lead for Baldwin. Snyder got a step on Grossner, got it off the glass, and Tyson Snyder starting to get the confidence up. 15 now from him.
Yeah, that's not a guy you want to get going to. You can tell he's a really good player. He can get to the rim when he wants to.
Back to an 11-point game as Caleb Carr tries to survey things here, figure out where they want to go with it.
It's going to be interesting to see the kind of pace Baldwin's going to play at. They're going to try to slow things down like this. They haven't been playing at quite the pace we're used to seeing them play at, but I don't want them to slow it down too much, get out of rhythm.
Cooper Carr taking over. The freshman with another basket. Back-to-back trips down that Cooper Carr has scored for the Bulldogs on drives to the hoop. He'll have a chance to make it a three-point play as it's the second foul on Ashton Schrick. Sixth team foul, and here comes Darnell back in with 5:25 to go, and the Bulldogs leading by 13. 2 for 2 at the line is Cooper Carr, making 3 out of 3. Did not score in the first half, but he's up to 7 points in this second half. The lead is back to 14 for Baldwin.
If this was your first game you've ever seen Baldwin play and you didn't know any of the players or anything, and you told me that Cooper Carr was just a freshman, I would never believe you. He plays like much more than a freshman.
100% agree, and Kobe Black, his second three is Holton. They are making some big shots when they need them here down the stretch of this ball game. The Wildcats very much still alive, down 50-39, but they've come up with some big plays, and they've got the confidence back now. It's still obviously a tall task. Nobody wants to be in a position chasing double digits with a little more than 5 minutes to go, but the game has a different feel to it from where we stood at this 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Even just a quarter ago, it was feeling like a party in here for Baldwin, and now all of a sudden Holton starting to work their way back into this one. And you mentioned pace, Ryan, and we're in that fine line now. 5 minutes to go. You don't want to play too fast and make this game have more possessions than it needs to have, but at the same time, you don't want to take yourselves completely out of rhythm by taking the ball or taking the air too much out of the ball.
Yeah, exactly. That's the rhythm thing. That's the biggest part for me is Baldwin. They've played all year kind of at a faster pace, and they play well at that pace. And if you try to slow it down too much, then do things that you're not really used to, get out of your own game, that can affect things a little bit. But I think they just got to play their game, and they'll be just fine here. I think defensively is where they need to pick the intensity up a little bit the rest of this game.
And pace on offense doesn't necessarily mean they have to quickly shoot or quickly try to drive. It's just the ball movement itself. Keep the ball swinging around, keep the player movement. Even if the goal is to take some time off the clock, you just want the activeness still, the ball to be moving, the players to be moving, and that keeps that rhythm going for the offense.
Right, it's more talking about the guys off the ball. If you just have somebody kind of bouncing the ball up top and wasting some time, the guys off the ball, they lose their rhythm and they aren't involved anymore. So you have to continue to get that good ball movement we've seen all year from the Bulldogs.
Of course, Holton, you know they're going to keep extending this pressure, so you got to continue as you talk about those off-ball movements. That opens up the back door, those cuts to the basket, making those basket cuts without the ball to maybe get some easy buckets. Caleb runs into a sandwich. A blocking foul on Holton, and that is their 7th, so that will put Caleb at the free throw line as they are over the limit. Carr may have banged knees there. He's taking a moment. The 4th foul on Kobe Black. So he and Lears each with 4 for Holton. Sam Darnell with 4 for Baldwin. 1-1 here for Caleb Carr. He is 3 of 3 at the line of the game. Baldwin has shot their free throws well tonight, 9 out of 10. They have really become a great free throw shooting team down the stretch. Not something that you could have said all year long necessarily for this Bulldog team, but they're up to 63% overall as a team, but they've been well above that over the last week of the season.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, if you asked me what was one of my biggest worries for this team, it would be from the free throw line, and that's completely gone away these last couple weeks.
It's become a strength right now.
Yep.
Black misses the 3. Cooper Carr the rebound. Chance to run, and now he wisely just says, let's hold it up here. Kind of was off balance, a little bit out of sync there coming up the floor, so wise decision by the freshman there. Here comes Caleb Carr getting downhill. Brings it back up top to Cooper. Into the paint. Defender falls down, so Cooper says, don't mind if I do. I'll lay it up and in for my 9th point, all in the second half. And at the midway point of the 4th quarter, Baldwin has pushed the lead back up to 15.
Yeah, both Caleb and Cooper doing an excellent job just finding the driving angles and making a move to get to where they want to be.
Cooper calling for the hand check there. That is now his 4th. So both sides with 2 starters sitting with 4 fouls. Or not sitting, but playing, but having 4 fouls on them. And Cooper will come out of the game. Zimbecki will come back in. Lears to inbound for Holton. The Wildcats down 15 with 3:51 remaining in their season if they can't come back from this. Kick ball stays with Holton. Take it to the state tournament on the line. Baldwin looking for their 17th state tourney in program history. 12 of their previous 16, though, were in the 1950s or earlier. Holton hoping for their 10th state tournament bid. They've had 4 of them since 2010, the last being just a couple of years ago in 2021.
Remember that last foul by Baldwin, their last foul to give, so free throws for each team.
Snyder doing what he does so well, able to drive and finish. He is up to 17 points in the game. 13-point deficit, though, over the Wildcats with 3.5 to go.
It's times like these where that clock just seems like it's going so slow, doesn't it?
Well, if you're Baldwin, and it feels like it's racing if you're Holton. Caleb taking a peek up there at the clock. Trying to play keep away at this point. And he is fouled on that drive, so another trip to the line coming up for Caleb Carr. Again, it'll be a 1-and-1. That's Snyder's second. 8th team foul. Caleb 5 out of 5 tonight at the line. 14 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Just another day at the office for Caleb Carr, who just continues every night to fill the stat sheet. Leads the team in scoring, leads the team in assists, leads the team in steals, 3rd on the team in rebounding. And he's now 7 out of 7 at the free throw line in this ball game. The team is 13 of 14. And the lead is 15 as Lears looks to go to work on Carr. Gives it up to Snyder. Laid in by Snyder, who has 19. Holman doesn't want to make it necessarily easy for Snyder to finish, but they don't want to foul either, so kind of conceded that one as they weren't in a good position. Holton can't afford to trade buckets, though. Caleb out to Torres, looking for a big shot from the wing, and Talon Torres, no hesitation, drills his 3rd 3 of the game, and it's answered by Snyder. What a big shot by Tyson Snyder, who now has 22, and that is a huge 3. They needed that one after Torres put a big one in there on the other end.
Yeah, Holton, especially Snyder, they're making it abundantly clear that they're not going to go quietly into the night tonight. They're fighting their hearts out, but what a big 3 from Talon Torres that time down. Baldwin really needed one from outside, and that was huge.
59-46, 2:26 to go. Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors. You can find out more at HaydenOutdoors.com. They're the brand that sells the land, and Shad and Penny Sheldon are your local Baldwin City brokers who are there to do it. Email Shad at HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny at HaydenOutdoors.com if you're looking to buy or sell farm, ranch, recreational property around the area. Student section has been in it all night long for the Bulldogs, the whiteout night, and they've been having fun here tonight watching their Bulldogs put on another show here at the Doghouse. 59-46. The Bulldogs 9-2 this year at home, 17-4 overall, and 2.5 minutes away from punching their ticket to the state tournament. Trying to hold on to a 13-point lead over this final 2:26, and they'll have to take a timeout to avoid a potential 5-second call there. So back we go to another timeout here. Bulldog basketball also brought to you in part by the Bullpen. You can find them downtown in Baldwin City, and you can find them open late. Monday through Saturdays, open 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., Sundays 10 to 8 at your locally owned sports bar with the classic ballpark food. Downtown Baldwin City, check out Wildcat Wednesdays, karaoke Thursdays, and so much more happening at the Bullpen. Check them out on Facebook as well at Bullpen Baldwin City. All right, so let's see if the Bulldogs can get the ball inbounded this time. You know, we've talked about the Holton defensive pressure picking up, and it certainly has. But Baldwin still has only turned it over 2 times in this second half, so they have done a good job still managing that pressure by Holton. Even though it's stopped the scoring somewhat, it's taken away their open shots. They haven't fed into it with turnovers, and that's what Holton needs at this point.
Yeah, pretty much ever since Holton switched from that 2-3 zone to man-to-man, they've caused Baldwin a few more problems, but ultimately making enough plays still.
Give one up here, though. Zimbecki lost the handle. Lears, though, missed the layup. Got too far underneath the basket. His layup hit the bottom side of the rim. Baldwin catches a break after they turned it over there. Under 2 to go. Baldwin on top by 13. They've led by as many as 22 in this game. Foul committed by Crouch. That will put Sam Darnell at the free throw line, who's had a monster game tonight. 6'4" senior with 11 points and a career-high 14 rebounds. See if he can knock down some clutch free throws. He's 3 out of 3 in the game, 53% on the year. 1-1, that was the 9th team foul. And the front end is good. How about it? 14 out of 15 at the free throw line tonight for Baldwin. And another one to make it a 15-point game again. Schrick on the baseline pull up. Carr the rebound for Baldwin. Tough spot if you're Holton now. Down 15. It's tough to put a team on the line when you're already down 15, but if they don't, Baldwin's just going to milk the clock out on them.
Yeah, Bulldogs starting to taste it a little bit now. Like you said, Holton, not much they got left to do. They have to foul here at some point.
And they again foul Darnell. Fourth on Crouch.
Doesn't really matter who they foul anymore. They're trying to find somebody that's, you know, the lesser free throw shooter, but Baldwin's been shooting it so well overall.
That's the 10th team foul on Holton, so it's now a 2-shot foul for Darnell. And they just continue to make them, and not only make them, but they're just going right through the heart of the cup, and they're not touching anything on the way through.
Yeah, just as cool as you'd like, too. You can tell they've been working on them over the course of the season.
A miss by Darnell on the second one, but Baldwin is now 16 out of 18 at the free throw line and leading by 16. Black out to Snyder. Short with a 3. Cooper Carr the rebound. He's got a run out 3-on-1. Cooper keeps it himself to make it a 64-46 game. 11 second half points for Carr. And now he may have just fouled out. Are they going to call Grossner or Cooper for this foul? It is going to be on Grossner, his second. 7th team foul. 1-1 for Snyder in the student section. Based on their chant, Ryan, they feel like this one's over, and the substitutions would resemble the waving of the white flag as well for Holton. Bulldogs make the changes as well. Out goes Grossner, out goes Cooper Carr, out goes Joey Zimbecki. For Holton, their changes, they bring Sam Miller into the game along with Charlie Gilliland and Braden Peak have checked in. Also Nathan Shoup. Tyson Snyder at the free throw line, who is up to 23 points here tonight. Here comes senior Braden Statham and freshman Colton Collum checking in as the crowd gives a standing ovation to a couple of seniors coming off the floor. Final time they'll exit the floor here at Baldwin. Not for Baldwin, but at Baldwin, as Caleb Carr and Sam Darnell, who both played excellent games here tonight, exit for Baldwin. Free throw missed, saved by Gilliland, and it will remain with Holton. And here comes Bodie Dillon in for Tyson Snyder, who just finished his final game as a Holton Wildcat. He gets a standing ovation as well from his home crowd supporters. 23 points, 7 rebounds tonight for the senior Tyson Snyder, who played awfully well in his final game as a Wildcat. Gilliland from downtown, rebounded by Schoenberger.
Going to be a party in the doghouse tonight, Bryce.
No doubt about it. The Bulldogs just 30 seconds away from punching their ticket back to the state tournament. First time since 2016, just the second time since 2000. Will be the third, I guess. They were in 2000, then in 2016, as Colton Collum ends up fouled after an offensive rebound, and Colton will go to the free throw line. Foul on Charlie Gilliland, his first. So 16 seconds left here. It's academic at this point as far as the final numbers go. The Bulldogs, they're just ready to start celebrating. What a season. Bulldogs are going to go to 18-4, matching the record of that 13-14 season. That year's bunch did not make the state tournament, though. They were upset in the sub-state championship game, so the Bulldogs did not want to have that same fate. They will not have that same fate. They're going to head to Salina next week, 3 wins away from a potential first state title in Bulldog program history.
They're going to celebrate tonight, no doubt, but make no mistake about it, their job's not done. They're going to get right back to work. They got 3 more games to go in their mind, so.
No doubt about it. The Bulldogs, 4A sub-state champions, 65-47. We'll see you in Salina. The Bulldogs headed to state with an 18-point win in the sub-state championship game. We'll take a timeout, come back with the final numbers and more in the post-game show. Your Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game is coming up next. Baldwin 65, Holton 47, your final from Baldwin tonight.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Well, there's your 4A sub-state champions, the Baldwin Bulldogs. They win it tonight 65-47 over Holton. The Bulldogs headed to Salina for the 4A state tournament next week. Wednesday, I believe, is the opening round for the boys. And they're going to hope that they're taking an extended stay in Salina with a Wednesday opening round, a possible Friday semifinal, and a possible Saturday state title game if everything goes as hoped for and wished for. But what a year it's been for the Bulldogs. And as you said, Ryan, before we went to break after it was over, yes, it's been a tremendous year, but it is far from a satisfaction at this point. This is a team that has their sights set on a much bigger goal than just a sub-state title. That was step one maybe, but now it's on to the next. And the Bulldogs will very much have a chance to go and make some noise in that state tournament in Salina. And 19-win team going in. Should get a pretty good seed, you'd think.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they're shooting the ball right now, the way they're playing as a unit, this is going to be a dangerous team next week at the state tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this team was built not only to just make the state tournament, to, like you said earlier, make some noise and try to make a deep run at things. And so, I'll tell you what, I speak for both of us. We'd like nothing more to see them make some noise in the state tournament, get down there to Salina, and maybe make this an even more magical season than it's already been. It's been a really fun one, no doubt, but still some more work to do. Like I said, we'll celebrate tonight, but right back at it next week.
Well, the Bulldogs are celebrating with their hardware. Let's hand out a little of ours. Our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game. And how about that man, Sam Darnell? What an effort tonight from Sam. He's tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game. First double-double of the year, 14 points, 14 rebounds. He was just a beast in this one for the Bulldogs and really just from the outset set the tone of this game for the Bulldogs. Yeah, they knocked down a bunch of threes early. Those were big. But yeah, I think more than anything, it was the physicality and just the sheer want-to on the glass by Sam that really set this tone and said, guys, we're not losing this game. I'm going to make sure of it and get every loose ball I can.
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest surprise for me, honestly, is that's the first double-double for Sam on the year. He's played so well all year long that it's a surprise. This is the first one, but either way, it was a heck of a performance. He had 9 points, 9 rebounds at halftime. He almost had a double-double in the first half, but like you said, it was so big for Baldwin to just have that inside presence because, yes, they were knocking down some threes early, but there late in the second half, you could see is that some of those shots weren't falling anymore, and having that inside presence both offensively and defensively, and Sam Darnell, everybody played their hearts out tonight. Everybody had a good game, but Sam Darnell, he was one of the big contributors tonight for the Bulldogs, and that's part of the reason they're going to Salina next week.
Sam Darnell, tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. We'll take a quick time out here, come back, get you all the final numbers from this one as Baldwin wins it and is off to state 65-47. Your 2023 4A Sub-State champions, the Baldwin Bulldogs.
State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Party continues here at the Doghouse tonight, where the Baldwin Bulldogs are your sub-state champions, winning it tonight 65-47 over the Holton Wildcats. Holton ends their season 13-9. Fought hard in this game after the Bulldogs put a blitz on them early in this game and jumped out to a big lead with the three-point shooting that was just red hot to start this game for the Bulldogs. But Holton fought back. They made this a game, had it down to an 11-point game in that fourth quarter. But the Bulldogs able to close this one out, pick up the win, and punch their ticket to the state tournament. 65-47 is the final as we take a look at the final numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. They'll help you confidently tackle tax season, even the highly specific situations. They'll help you make sense of it all with timely, accurate, and reliable services, all at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. Here's the numbers for you. Tyson Snyder, 23 points to lead the Holton Wildcats tonight. Big game from him, along with 7 rebounds as well. Kobe Black into double figures with 10 as well tonight. 7 from Matthew Lears, 4 from Ashton Schrick, 3 from Parker Crouch, and that rounds out the Holton scoring. For the Bulldogs, Caleb Carr led 3 different guys in double figures tonight with 16 to go along with 6 assists and 5 rebounds as well. Sam Darnell, the double-double man tonight, 14 points and a career-high 14 rebounds as well. Joey Zembecki with 6, Talon Torres with 9, Riker Grossner with 8, Cooper Carr as well in double figures with 11. All 11 for Cooper came in the second half. And Colton Cullum with 1 point there on that free throw late also, as the Bulldogs win this one tonight 65-47. And how about the free throw line tonight? 17 out of 20 at the stripe for the Bulldogs to help close out this victory. They have been doing all the little things well down the stretch, and that is why they are headed to the state tournament as they win this one tonight 65-47 to improve to 18-4. What a season, but a season that they hope is not finished with this win. They'll have a chance to get back onto the floor on Wednesday at the state tournament. We'll see when the pairings and the brackets all come out for that. But in fact, let's I'm going to see what I can find. Let's see if we got any scores trickling in here from the other sub-state tournaments. See if there was any other upsets or things like that in this championship Saturday or a Friday. I feel like it's a Saturday to me for some reason, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to be able to navigate Twitter very well on the air to figure this out. But
either way, like you said earlier, though, mentioned that Baldwin, they should have a pretty good seed going into the state tournament with 19 wins on the year. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Bryce is pulling up some scores. It looks like guys are cutting down some nets here. Let's get a little shot of the guys
cutting the nets down here after this championship.
Something to celebrate for sure. Not a whole lot of people get a chance to go to the state tournament and experience that. I know I definitely never was able to in high school. I don't know if you were able to, Bryce, but it's
twice.
Yeah, it's a special thing. So hope these guys, they appreciate kind of the effort and everything that had to take to go into this, and I hope that they're enjoying it and living in the moment, because not a lot of people, like I said, get this opportunity. It should be a fun one next week, but overall, it's been a great season.
Eudora with a 46-29 win over Wamego tonight. So Eudora, they're the 2 seed on the East. Same record as the Bulldogs, so they'll both go in at 18-4 into the state tournament as Eudora beat Wamego, and haven't seen a final in the Atchison-Hayden game. Atchison was the 1 seed on the East. They came into the postseason 17-3. Hayden was 10-10, and it's a final Atchison 46-43. They edge out Hayden. So top 3 seeds in the East are all headed to state, and Bishop Miege Labette County would be the other one. And I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that Bishop Miege won it. They did. Yep. I don't see the score, but it is Bishop Miege. So the top 4 seeds in the East all have made the state tournament. So you've got 18-3 Atchison, 19-3 Atchison, 18-4 Eudora, 18-4 Baldwin, and make that 16-6 Bishop Miege. And let's see on the west side. Let's see what happened tonight. Hugoton and Rock Creek. Hugoton is the top seed on the west side in 4A, and it looks like Hugoton advances on in easy fashion, 83-42 over Rock Creek. So Hugoton now 20-2. They will get the 1 seed, it looks like, in the overall 1 in the state tournament. And McPherson, Rock Creek, that one don't have a final yet, it looks like, on the McPherson, or it's McPherson Andale. That's why it didn't come up. I typed in Rock Creek. So McPherson Andale, McPherson up 14 last check late in that one. So it looks like McPherson, the 2 in the West, is looking pretty good to advance.
So far, it's been all the top seeds.
Been chalk so far, yeah.
No upsets.
Wellington, 65-41 over Circle. They're the 3 in the West. They are off to state. They win it. And then Pratt Clay Center would be the final game. And if Pratt wins it, then that would be all the top seeds going on. And they did not Clay Center with the win over Pratt. So Clay Center, the 12 seed in the West, upset Augusta in the opening round. Clay Center came into the postseason 7-13, and they upset 13-7 Augusta. Now they take out 14-6 Pratt. So Clay Center, they'll be the Cinderella going to state at 9-13. And then it looks like, so we talked about seeding actually.
Yeah, it looks like
Baldwin's going to get the 6, it looks like.
Yep. So.
And that's not, again, it's all based off of just record. They don't seed them based off, well, we think this team is this, we think that team is that. So Baldwin came in as the 3 in the East, and they are going to go into state only ahead of the 4 in the 4th qualifier out of the West and the 4 in the East, because the top 3 seeds in the West are all going to be at 19-3, 19-3, and 20-2. So they're going to end up as, it looks like, the 6th seed in that state tournament. But hey, there were hardly any upsets, just the 1. So you're going to have a stacked field. And I don't want to take away from Clay Center. They're going to be a sub-500 team. Who knows? They're on a roll right now. Maybe they can go make some noise. But outside of that, you've got the best of the best ahead of the state. It's going to make for a fun state tournament.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun one. And I don't mind Baldwin having that 6th seed. It's kind of stays away from having to play Hugoton until they get to the championship, potentially stay on the other side of the bracket as the top seed. So, yeah, I don't hate that. But we'll see how things shake out. Ultimately, you got to show up ready to play on Wednesday. I think it is the first round of it on Wednesday. So you got to show up ready to play no matter who you get as your opponent. It's going to be a fun tournament. I hope these guys can kind of live in the moment and enjoy it a little bit. But it's a business trip, make no mistake about it. And they got 3 more wins on their mind this year.
Now, I think if my looking at this right, it looks like they're going to get McPherson probably in that opening round game. And then they would be matched up on the same semifinal bracket, if you will, of the matchup. I believe it'll be Circle against Eudora. So that could make for a fun semifinal in the state if it happened to be Baldwin Eudora. But again, first thing first, it looks like, by my estimation, it's going to be McPherson, but that's completely unofficial. We'll see when all the official brackets come out. But whoever it is, whenever it is, the important thing is the Bulldogs are headed to state, and they're celebrating it right now, as they should, as it looks like the net is almost ready to come down. We've made it this far, and we'll go ahead and just keep it right here until we get this net fully trimmed down as Brayton Statham gets his piece of that sub-state championship net. What a year for the Bulldogs. What a win tonight. What a postseason so far. 2 really good performances in the semifinal win over Iola. They win that one by 28, and they win here by 18 tonight against a good Holton team.
Yeah, and then you go all the way back to the last regular season game of the year against Bonner Springs. That was a heck of a game, too. That was a really good Bonner Springs team from Class 5A above Baldwin, and they played a heck of a back-and-forth battle. I think that really got them prepared for the postseason, honestly. And then these last couple games, they have just done all the little things well, and it's been fun. It's been a great year, and you see Caleb lifting up the net, and he's been the leader all year long, but everybody has contributed. Make no mistake about that. And just like tonight, it was, Torres hit a 3, Grossner played well. Everybody contributed in one way or another. So it's been really fun. And hopefully these guys got 3 more in them.
Congratulations to the Baldwin Bulldogs. They are your 2023 4A sub-state champions and headed to the 4A state tournament next week in Salina. That's going to wrap things up for us here tonight on the broadcast. And we will not be able to live stream the games at the state tournament in case your regulations say you can't do it. So our live streams are now at an end. The broadcast is going to be, this will be the final time that Ryan and I sign off of at least a normal broadcast. And that is unfortunate. We wish we could be there and bring you the sights and the sounds as we have all year for the Bulldogs. We don't have any say or feel of how things go on the floor, but you do kind of feel like you're a little bit of a part of it, invested in it. And I know everybody who's been watching from home all year long, watching these Bulldogs, feel the same way. And we sure do wish that we could be there and broadcast for you like we have all season long. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to. So sorry, but out of our hands. But we're going to be cheering them on. I know all of you will be as well. So once again, congratulations to the Baldwin Bulldogs, your 2023 4A sub-state champions. Best of luck next week in Salina at the 4A state tournament. For Ryan Hilmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. Good night from a very happy, celebratory doghouse in Baldwin tonight.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports.